Hey guys, Unit 3 response is asking where your school is in compliance with administrative tasks and how do we know? And since I'm not at a school, I'm going to talk about our our team here in Japan because a lot goes into our team just as it does in America if you're at a school. We have our um, the basically the management of our team. We have staff members. We have to go along with our coaches and all our training staff as well. So we have a lot of moving parts also, and I think it relates really well. Um, so first, as far as scheduling goes, we play year round, so we have a schedule in the spring season, and we play a tournament format, and then we play a full season in the fall, which is all the games, and then we have our playoffs and championship games. So there's a lot of scheduling that goes into it. There's only actually three locations in Tokyo where we play our games: Kawasaki Stadium, Tokyo Dome, and Yokohama Stadium. So with that in mind, the thing that becomes difficult is you have double and triple headers being played at one location, and so they have to organize it in a way that gives enough time for the next game to have have a warm up time, work the gates for a full day, three different officiating crews, and be able to rotate the teams in the locker rooms back to back to back, which is not an easy task. So there's a lot of moving parts in terms of the organization and scheduling. And also, we play teams from Osaka, um, Kobe, and Kyoto. So if we are going to be playing one of those teams, then that's where the transportation comes in. We're not, we are not, uh, we don't are provided transportation. We don't travel as a team, but they do provide us with like bullet train tickets so that we can all get down there on our own and find our way to the stadium. We just all have to be there at a certain time to get ready for the game, and everybody should be capable of that. But I think that's one of the things we can work on. Um, but as far as equipment, football has a lot of equipment to be shipped. They transport all of our pads and the training staff, all of our medical supplies, and all the things that we use to warm up, all the headsets that the coaches use on the sidelines. Anything you can think of is all packed up the day before the game, and it's all sent through a transportation company to the location. And then once everybody arrives at the location, all the staff members have started unloading that, and it's all ready for the players when they get there, where they can kind of come into the locker room and everything is ready for them. So that's a big part of the operation of our team, as it is with any football team. Um, Additionally, officials. Our league has a lot of officials, and they have their own organization. And if there's a complaint, it can be made. But there's more than one officiating crew for every game has a different officiating crew. They have officiating crews in Osaka and Tokyo, and each team has some officials associated with them that are not allowed to officiate games for our own team, for example. So they are always they are a separate entity that we need to always contact and make sure that we have officials at games. Sometimes they will come out to practices just to get a little bit of practice on their own. And contest control. We have people working the gates um, that are from the league, and then we also or our volunteers. We have security working all the gates, and we have people working the clocks, which are usually the officials provide people who help work the clocks and people who work the scoreboards. So they all kind of fall in the same thing here. There's a lot of things to get done in that aspect. The media, the television sometimes covers our games, and there's a lot of writers that like to come to our games. So if there was ever a cancellation or something, it would be there would be a lot of people to contact, and obviously our coaches and our organization would be the ones to start that process. So getting the word out to everybody. And what else? Um, where is your school out of compliance with these administrative tasks, and what can you take to resolve them? We don't travel as a team, and I think that could be something that we might want to do if we were traveling to a place like Osaka. However, everybody on our team lives in a different place. So some people live in Hokkaido, which is the island north of the main island of Japan. Some people live in Osaka, and everybody's kind of taking planes and trains just to get into our team, to the practices and games. Some people live right next to the game stadium, so it doesn't really make sense for us to all travel as a team. But it might be something that we want to look into if we were going on a trip far away. But all in all, I'd say that Japan football and our organization is really organized. The league here is really organized. The scheduling is really organized. It takes a lot to try to organize all those teams getting in and out of the locker rooms and the stadium, and getting the facilities worked out. On our own practice field here, we actually have 2 fields, and we also have a professional rugby team associated with IBM. So sharing the facilities with them, and then also making sure that the getting out of those facilities, we always have to be out of there by 8 at night, and we always have to turn the lights off by a certain time because we're in a neighborhood. So it's an interesting thing, and it's very similar to a lot of the standards that we have in America, but there's no limits to transportation or money or anything like that, because we're a pro sports team, and we have sometimes we set up scrimmages and stuff with other teams, and that's essentially like setting up a game, the process. So teams will come to us, we go to them, and it's all pick everything up, get it all moved there, and make sure everything is there on time, and it's a big process. So we are definitely in compliance with a lot of the process of what goes into the administration aspects of scheduling contests, definitely, because that's a huge part of it here, and also with the transportation of equipment, I would say. So hope to hear your guys' response. Thanks.